Toonami Studios. Justice League issue 59. That's right, folks. It's here. It's here. That thing that Brian Michael Bendis is doing with DC. He's taken over the big title. It's not going to be about your Trinity. It's not going to be about your main Justice League. It's a bunch of different characters. We needed this. And boy, was it fun. I liked it a lot. I won't say it blew my mind or it was this great piece. It was exactly what it needed to be. It's setting up what the status quo is going to be going forward for the Justice League. It showed where the characters are in terms of how they feel about the world at the moment. It set up a lot of stuff that way. And it did a good job of doing it. I think it's very fun. I like the story they're setting up with Black Adam in particular. I get why he's in this book because he's going to be getting a movie and we're going to make him pretty much the anti-hero now, which I think works well for the Black Adam character, so I don't have a complaint about that. So we open up this book, and we're seeing that maybe the idea of Clark revealing himself to the world's a good thing for the Justice League. Now people will feel more connected and human to Superman. Obviously, it's Bendis saying he's standing by his statement of Clark revealed himself for a reason. He's standing by doing that arc in his Superman book. It's fine. Cool. I'm on board for that. And I like that it's Green Arrow that's kind of saying that. I really like Green Arrow in this book. I think that's one of the characters that you knew Bendis wanted to write when he came to DC. There's somewhere you're just clearly obviously Superman, that's what he wants to do. I think Green Arrow is another one that he's finally getting the chance to do because Green Arrow is going to be in that Checkmate book too. So, great, man. Go crazy with that. So we go to Kahndaq, we see this little boy at the gravesite of his mother, and Black Adam comes overhead and stands, hovers over, and he's like, what are you doing here? He's like, oh, I'm just seeing, the grave of my mother, she passed here, what are you doing here? He's kind of saying to Black Adam, and we see that Black Adam's my beloved passed away here, years ago. I came to grieve her on this day, and I just, I just want to have a moment here. So it's kind of nice. We're setting up, we're getting the human stakes in there of Black Adam. Instantly, he's attacked by this otherworldly being that we don't really know or who it is or what they're doing here. He tells the little boy to run away, that he'll protect his mother. And they get into a skirmish. They're just kind of fighting. And, it looks like it's cool. Black Adam's staying true to his character, which I really like to see. The fight's going pretty well. The art looks really good in this book, too. I will say, David Marquez, it looks great. The colors from, who did the colors here? Tamara Bonvillain? They really pop. It just has that great aesthetic to it. It's got kind of a realistic aperture. I don't know if aperture is the right word, but it's got that that realistic hue that really adds to the characters, especially in the skin tones. Black Adam's fighting this guy. The Justice League shows up, and right away I noticed a few things about his interpretation of the Justice League here. First off, his Batman is very stoic, which, of course, good works for me. And his Aquaman is really jokey, which I'm not against. Because I think, much like we're doing Black Adam as Dwayne Johnson, we're going to start maybe finally seeing Aquaman become Jason Momoa. Look, Jason Momoa, not my favorite interpretation of Aquaman. I've said it before. I kind of like the more aggressive Aquaman, where he's just kind of angrier, but this works too. I'm fine with it. So we realize that this guy's called Brutus. We don't really know where he's from, but Superman's beating him up. Everybody gets a good lick on him here. We see Aquaman take some shots. We see Hawkgirl take some shots, but when she uses her mace, something about it doesn't work. So it's the nymph metal reacts to a weird way. But he teleports away. It's yes, the coming battle will be well prepared for me. It's here we go. I was going to come back with stronger forces, better equipped. Don't you wait. And we see that, okay, well, something weird's going on there, so we'll have to figure out what it is. And we see Black Adam's thanks for the help, get out of my country, goodbye Justice League. And again, that's where Aquaman's kind of quipping. He's did we just get kicked out by Black Adam? Me? I understand why I'd get kicked out, but Superman? Come on. So you see, Clark's just kind of, watching Adam, maybe I should go talk to him about something. It looks great. It was a really fun scene. We cut to the Hall of Justice where we see our league talking to the members of the league, which, yeah, that's pretty fun. We see Wally's there. Or is it Barry? Did they say it was Wally or Barry? I can't remember, but I think it's supposed to be Wally, right? You can't really tell looking at him who it is, but this scene is pretty much Green Arrow going on a high horse saying, we're good at what we do, but we could do better. We should be a different similar people. We've been in each other's company for so long that we kind of lose perspective of certain things. We rely on each other. We have so much to talk about and do. Maybe we need some fresh blood in here, kind of is kind of the angle that he's going for, and that's kind of like turning the gears in Superman's head, like, yeah, I think, maybe that should be what Black Adam is, and maybe we should get other things in here too, like other characters we will see appearing in this book, and I think that's pretty fun. I'm very curious to see what that's going to look like and how that's going to go. So we see that Kellex found a match for what's going on in like the actual guy that we saw. So Brutus is from like this different dimension. We ran some stuff, and there's only one other signature like it in our dimension. And the Kellex is like, do any of you remember a young woman named Naomi McDuffie? Which, hey, look, I will never fault a creator for putting their own character in a book. How could I? Why should I? I would do the same bloody thing. Naomi is that kind of fresh blood, like Black Adam on the Justice League, that I think a lot of people are going to be like, really? But hey, good idea. Bendis, it's your character, man. Get your money, bro. Like, I'd have no problem with that whatsoever. So we see Naomi's kind of like showing off to a couple of her friends, and up comes Black Adam like, I need to have a word with you, Naomi. And you're like, that's really fun. I was really surprised how breezy this was. It didn't feel like 22 pages. It was just like a nice, simple story, because I think a lot of it was like just heavy action, which really helped for that. But the artwork was exemplary, so gorgeous, so beautiful. The writing, little on the nose at times, but how can I fault somebody for being on the nose with their writing? That's awesome. So very fun, a very light book that was very easy to go to. And then we also get a backup in here talking about the Justice League Dark. So there's not a lot to go into with this Justice League Dark story. It kind of sets up everything we saw in Ram V's Future State book, where we're seeing, that like, okay, Merlin's coming back. He's entering his catacombs. He's finding his soldiers and his weapons. And we see that Zatanna and John Constantine are kind of like going to like this old area on the farm, just seeing like, John's pretty much like, there was this like legacy of like this angel and a demon coming to war with each other, and I wanted to see if it's actually going to happen. So they're pretty much just checking it out. They see this town is burning itself, and Z can't use her magic. So for some reason, Zatanna's magic isn't working. We don't really explain why or how come, but it's like, okay, what's that going to set up? How is that going to be connected to the story going forward? So John kind of stops time. And as they're realizing that the prophecy is actually happening, a man emerges from like the smoke and everything, and it's Jason Blood. So the return of Jason Blood is here. Is he going to be the evil version we saw in the Future State stuff or not? We do not know yet. But then we see that Merlin is coming to kick some ass and take some names. He killed his soldier. Now he's like, looks like the world's coming to get me. I'm going to come after the world. It's good. It's very solid stuff. Like, it was, like, the Justice League Dark story, I don't have much to say on it. It sets up everything in Future State. Very well written. It's Ram V going through a story. But the Justice League book itself, very cool. Like, it has a unique style that I think the Justice League was really missing, and something that it really needed. So I'm very impressed with what we saw here. I like a good Black Adam story. I think the character is one of the best and most unique things at DC Comics, and I really enjoy seeing him. Something else I want to bring up too, I don't know why I didn't bring this up earlier, but I always wondered why we haven't gotten an ongoing Green Arrow book recently. Like, I know it's been recent since he had one, but the character can sell pretty well, right? Like, we're not doing like stuff on Arrow anymore, so we should be willing to take chances with it. I don't know. Hopefully we do, but overall, solid book, a great start to whatever this is going to be. Very excited to see what's going to happen going forward. And is the Justice League Dark book going to continue in this? I don't remember, but great stuff all around. Absolutely breathtakingly beautiful and interesting. Bendis has been consistent at DC. I will say that. He's been very consistent in what he's doing. So, Justice League issue 59, I'm going to give an 8 out of 10. Now, thank you guys so much for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, all that good stuff. And I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.